Yo, welcome back. We got another episode of the Stay Off My Grad podcast. We got me today,
Good. It
and
was
we got
good.
Jeremiah. I thought that she said Michael for a second.
Maya.
Anyways, let's go ahead and hop on right into it, man. So, over the last couple of games, whatever, last time we left off, I think y'all had just lost to the Bulls. Never since then, y'all lost to the Bucks, and then y'all lost to the Boston
Celtics.
Celtics last night by another, what was it, 22 points last night? I mean,
20,
only reason I was
away
go ahead.
2030.
Yeah. So another embarrassing loss. So what would you? So let's kick off. Let's touch a little bit on the Bucks game because, like I said, I had to watch both of them before my sons played. You know what I'm saying? We on an 11 game win streak, but we're gonna get to that a little bit later on. But what do you think about the Bucks game at first? What did you see? What was the concern or anything that
All
you
right,
seen
hold on.
crazy?
I just want to confirm real quick. I think the Lakers are on a long road trip right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the start of the road trip, but I'm just gonna say this. I tweeted this the other night. Frank Vogel lose any more games like that, he's not making it back. When it's time for everybody to get off the team bus, he will not be riding with us no more. He gonna get off.
So
They're gonna let him have it. We
yeah,
can't.
like I've been.
We're fourth in the Pacific Division right now. We don't have time to make up ground. The three teams on top of us are like pretty marquee teams. Suns, Clippers, and the Warriors are fucking balling out their mind. And plus, they about to get Clay back soon. So we ain't got time to keep losing and not figuring shit out. So we don't have time for that right now.
Right. And I feel that, and that's why I was saying, that's why I was like telling y'all, like, if I was y'all, I would be concerned because, like I said, especially in this division and in the West, like, you don't really have time to, like, build chemistry and, like, all that other shit and lose games and all that other shit starting off with, 8-9 now or something
Yeah.
like that, 8-10 maybe. But, yeah, like I said, in the West, like, you don't got time like that because, especially when everybody starts to cut it on and make that push towards the playoffs, like, we not gonna lose 2-3 games in a row. Like Utah isn't gonna lose. Like I'm waiting for the Warriors to lose so we can take their spot, and they won't fucking lose. And I'm pretty sure the same way. Like it feel the same way around the league. Like people probably like I'm waiting for the Suns to lose, and we just won't lose. So I think that that's gonna be tough. But going to the game, from what I've seen from AD and Giannis gave y'all what almost 50, 47 on efficient shooting. I think it was 18 for 21.
I think he
And
did that in game 6 too, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
I think
so
50. He had 50. 50.
Jack, shut
5-0.
your ass up.
5-0.
I mean now y'all know what it feels. Go ahead.
No, I got you.
I'm about to say now y'all know what it feels like now for how Giannis dropped 50 on you on efficient shooting and he making
Okay.
his free throws.
Did you watch the game though? Because Giannis, they didn't put AD was not guarding him. They had THT and all these other little dudes. Like Giannis was going to get 47. He had like 7 inches on over every guy he was guarding. AD did not guard him at all, at all.
But I mean y'all had the early game. I didn't really watch it. I was too busy doing shaking and moving, but we did play right after y'all. But yeah, like I seen a little bit of it. I just seen like, oh shit, Giannis is going crazy, and I was just like, I'm really starting to hate Giannis just because of the finals, and then just like it's kind of hard to root against him because he's just a good guy, but it's kind of fuck Giannis. You know what I mean? But like I said, I feel like it's always like a thing between Giannis and AD. I feel like they always get compared a lot, and to me, he just under like AD just didn't show up, or he hasn't showed up the last couple of games, or whatever the case may be. I mean, last night he
No,
gave you
no,
30.
no. The thing with the Lakers, we just keep falling apart in the second half. Like I don't know what we're doing in the hallways, in the locker room at halftime, but all of our games on the road, all of our major losses come from second half collapses. We can't close anybody out, and we can't gain any momentum. And that's when Giannis really started cooking in that second half.
Yeah,
Because down the stretch, it was pretty. It was like probably within like 8 points, but they just kept going. Like they had a secure. They had Giannis to just be efficient, and AD wasn't guarding them, giving them no help. So it was just that second half collapse. We just cannot play second half basketball. We
right.
cannot.
And another thing also I noticed, well, to skip or fast forward a little bit to last night and what happened last night. I watched more of that game than I watched the one on what was that, Wednesday, Thursday.
Mhm.
So from what I seen, like I think, and like I've been saying for multiple episodes, I think that Frank Vogel is going to be out of there. I feel like Frank
Oh yeah,
Vogel, and I
he's
think
out.
that Russell Westbrook lost. They don't have the locker room support anymore. I don't think that like I said, I feel like you're not getting the 50-50 balls, you're not getting the hustle, you're not getting the effort because like I feel like just watching them is just like I just don't see no effort from nobody. You need
Yeah,
that spark. You need that bench spark. And like I said, you got a lot of old ass players. So it's just like, who do you really like? Somebody that's 34, 35, like they're not coming off the bench as a spark. They don't have that hunger. They don't have that like I'm playing for a contract or I'm playing for blah blah blah. Or like this is my job. Like everybody on the Lakers is established or like established about to be Hall of Famers and like towards the end of their career. So it's just like doing the little things like hustle points and diving out of bounds and you know what I'm saying, super boxing out and locking up, winning your defensive possessions is not like they're all like to me they all in like pace mode. Like they know that it's a beginning of the season, they know that it's a long way to go, so they trying to pace themselves. But like I said, I feel like this year is a different year and like you can't really do that anymore or like right now, especially because it may be they might get comfortable. Like all them dudes is in year 10, 15, 13, whatever, whatever. So it's just like I've seen this before, but I do think that it's a new era in the league and the shit is changing. So they got to get with it a little bit. But what did you see last night?
too. So a lot when LeBron was out, I was not excusing those losses, but I can understand it because LeBron brings you at least 20 plus points into the game. But it was no reason because we were on the Celtics early. I think we had a nice lead in the first and second quarter, and I just don't feel like when we have LeBron and AD, I think Kendrick Perkins said it too. One of them should always be on the floor, no matter what. It should be no point in the game when they're both sitting on the bench. No, unless it's like
That's what
in
you have
like the
Westbrook
second
for.
quarter. No, because if like remember I told you before, like when Melo comes in, his only sub should be for LeBron. He shouldn't be coming in to get THT. Like Melo and Russ and AD need to be on the floor at the same time. And if AD comes off the floor, LeBron should be coming back in for somebody else. There's no way that one of those guys should be off the floor. During the Warriors, when they went 72, 73 and 9, that same season, Billy Donovan implemented that with the Thunder. It was never a time where Westbrook or KD were off the floor at the same time. One of them was always in.
Yeah, but I feel like when you got three superstars, you got a little bit of a leeway. Like you could leave one of them out there. Like that's what I'm saying. That's why you go get the Westbrooks. That's why you go get some of the old vets because they know how to handle themselves. I feel like that's more of a thing when you got young people. Like yeah, we did like the Suns do that. Like with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Like we'll have like maybe 2 or 3 minutes of just Chris Paul on the bench and Book on the bench, but it's always like if Chris Paul's in the game, Booker's on the bench, and if Booker's in the game, Chris Paul, and then like in the fourth, that's when they combine it, whatever the case may be.
But you
But
see
like I
what I'm
said,
saying though, like
that's
how
a
one of them
we're
is
a younger team.
it's still the NBA though, but you still need to have your star players on the floor. I mean, West is not really a superstar. How like LeBron and AD is, he's more of a star. I'm talking about one of your superstars used to always be on the floor, always.
I mean, but like I said, I feel like another thing too is that I feel personally, I feel like Russell Westbrook, I feel like it's something going on. They're doing a good job of keeping it internal, but I think that just watching his mannerisms and watching his post game interviews and how he's laughing and not taking like these L's and shit like very serious, I feel like there's something going on in the locker room. I feel like maybe LeBron or AD or somebody was like, "Look, Russ, fall back and like let us do this." And then all you got to do is be Russ. And he's like, all right, bet. Like, y'all want me to be Russ? I'll be Russ. And then that's why I feel like he not really taking this shit to heart or like he not really. But that's just my personal opinion. Maybe something might come out, maybe not. It might just stay under wraps. But I do think, like I said, a 20-point y'all lost by 22 with no Jaylen Brown. Like I said, y'all. I don't know really what went wrong.
So
Like, how does AD get 6 rebounds? Go ahead.
Another thing too, they mentioned it was like when the Lakers were at our strongest in 2020 and last year, we were a strong defensive team. They was arguing that like our perimeter defense is the one that's off, and I'm like, no, it's our interior defense. Did you see how Marcus Smart was just bullying niggas and just getting layups? Marcus Smart is not
Right.
he's not known to be an offensive player. There should be no reason he's able to get in and out the paint like that.
And Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder was
I'm
getting
saying
to the lane
our
whenever
interior
he
like,
would penetrate 2 or 3 times, and if somebody will give in, and then he'll get to the hole.
but remember too, I said when we were strong on defense, we had JaVale McGee and we had AD. Like JaVale McGee contests a lot of shots, whether he gets dunked on or not. Dwight Howard does the same thing, but we're not even we don't even really run a center like that. We don't run a center power forward combo. It's either one or the other now.
Right.
So
I mean, now AD's
that's
running a lot of
also
5.
another reason why our defense taking a hit.
Why? Because AD's running a 5.
AD's running a 5.
I mean, I mean, that's a lot to ask for AD though. For him, like I've heard that a lot. Like, oh, AD needs to run the five. AD needs to run the five. But I feel like a lot of people don't take into consideration just the workload. Like
Yeah, like I
you
remember.
asking him to be the defensive anchor. And then on top of you asking him to be the defensive anchor, change shots, block shots, the guard whoever the other team's best center is, whatever. Grab boards, run down to the other end, set screens, get open, get lobs, catch lobs, or shoot the midi or shoot the three ball, and then run back down. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot. That's asking for a lot.
I was never a proponent of him playing center. Like, I just don't like it. I mean, he can play center in small ball stretches, but not for the duration. He's starting at center for the duration of the game. He's playing like this, like 25 to 30 minutes at center, which don't make sense for him because you
Right.
need that defensive anchor because he gets hurt a lot too. And then AD has all his defense has always come from like someone playing good D and they leading them. They what do you call that? When you force them to the baseline, and AD come over and get those long blocks, or he coming up on the pick and roll and getting those extended blocks. Like that's how he protects the paint. But when you got somebody like DeAndre Jordan in there with him, AD don't got to worry about grabbing the rebound and defending the play well.
But like I said, this is what I was saying. That I think that it's going to be more. I feel like Frank Vogel sees it now, and that's probably like why DeAndre Jordan hasn't been getting DNPs, or like why they limit Dwight's or whatever, or like why they're going to small ball so early in the season. Is that I feel like he's realizing like in the playoffs, like that's not gonna fly. Like I get what you're saying, but like y'all defense is an issue, and especially in the playoffs, teams are gonna strategize. They got 7 games or whatever the case may be to pick apart your defense. And if I'm any opposing team, I'm going after Anthony. I'm going after Carmelo Anthony on defense. Whenever he gets subbed in, I'm going at him every single time. Westbrook is, to me, he hasn't been guarding anybody. I don't know if it's, like I said, a lack of effort and all this other shit. And then, like I said, AD, like, I would just keep trying to be physical with him and see, like, what I can get. And if they throw DeAndre Jordan, I'm just pick and roll DeAndre Jordan all day. Like, whoever the point guard is, go by him. Make sure you get a whatever stretch forward to go out there, take AD with you on the 3-ball line, and then 1v1 you and DeAndre Jordan. So, like I said, I don't in the playoffs. I think that it can be an issue. I think right now, like it's not so much, but I think that Frank Vogel is trying to like brace himself or brace the team for like what people going like what they might
So
do in the playoffs
as
instead of
for
like
defensively for the Lakers, recently they've been moving to this weird zone. They played a little bit of the zone last night, where it's like Wayne Ellington at the top. I want to say it's like THC and Wayne Ellington on the top, and then it was that was their idea of to hold the perimeter down. But I still don't feel like we just need that big man presence at least for the first 5 minutes of the game. Because I
right.
was listening to Stu Lance. I love listening to Stu Lance when he talk about the game because he talking about the realest part. He'd be like, some teams think like just because like the first quarter means a lot. Like they think no, it's just like it don't mean much. But when you got that, because DeAndre Jordan, he only played about like 20 minutes a game, and he coming out within like the 7-minute mark. But his ability to start the game and change shots from the get go is very important. So I think, yeah, that our not our perimeter D's, our interior D.
And then another thing also, I'm gonna say this, and I guess I might get a little pushback from this or from you or whatever. I think personally, I like THT a lot, but I think he's a little bit overrated. This or maybe it's just he's starting off slow because last night I think he had 2 points or something like that. He didn't make anything from the field. I understand like nights like that happen, but like if you look at like his stats since he came back, like he took a lot of shots to get like maybe 15, 16 like the other night, or like he was like 9 for like 19 the other night, and then the other night he was like 6 for like 17 with like 20 points, and it's just like, yeah, you got 20 points, but it took you 20 shots to get there. So that's something I don't like. I think that he'll clean it up, but to me right now he's a little bit overrated. I don't know if he's going to change or like he's going to adjust because he's going to get less shots now. Bron is back or whatever the case may be, but that's
I
going to
don't.
be an interesting thing.
I don't think he's overrated. I feel like he's definitely an NBA starter, which is fine for him for now. But like I do feel like he does need to get better. He's not like some people are like saying he's like an elite young talent. I don't see it yet, but I can see flashes of him getting there. But I feel like he does all right for what his role is. When
And then
LeBron
another,
he was getting 20 points when LeBron wasn't in. He's
right.
not getting his 20. So we got to figure some way to get him.
Another point or another person I forgot to mention in that defensive is Ken Bazemore. As soon as you throw Ken Bazemore out there, that's barbecue chicken. I don't care. I don't care. You throw. I don't even know. Like I feel like every team has a person or a player that gets minutes, and it's just like why, like why, like why is he out here for what? Like is he a good? Is he good in practice? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
stand
understand.
for shooting because LeBron needs his corner shooters, and I guess he fits the mold of a corner shooter. But no, I like Avery Bradley starting at shooting guard.
Right.
At least Avery Bradley gonna hassle somebody. You're not gonna let somebody come in and just drop him off. He's not nothing's coming easy with him. Westbrook, he's not a defensive prowess. Yeah, he's not, and that attributes to him not being good on the perimeter right now is making our interior defense look bad because they can just shake him down and get in there.
And then just to skip over, I just want to get your opinion just from like a casual fan or somebody that really don't pay attention to us. The Suns.
I watched that game last night. I was hoping the Mavericks got y'all. I was hoping they did.
We is on an 11-game winning streak, and I just want to know, like, I'm just interested to hear other people's point of view of just what they view the Suns, because obviously we're not like a highly touted team or like people don't respect us a lot, and that's fine to me. Like, y'all can just keep disrespecting us. It is what it is. We just gonna keep winning, and we'll see y'all when it's time. But what do you think about us, or what do you think of our team just from a distance?
All right, for right now on the outside looking in, the Suns are still an underdog team.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know why, but the Warriors are like really, for me right now, at least for me, the team that we need to model ourselves to be. We need to go beat them dudes. The Suns, I feel like y'all can find y'all match in the West with somebody else. Like teams going street. Like I've been watching. Like who have y'all actually? What teams have y'all been beating? Because I know y'all played.
No. The same thing goes for the Warriors too. Because like if you look at their schedule, they have a pretty barbecue schedule.
Let me tell you why the Warriors is different, bro. They have the #1 MVP. They have the leading vote. If they started voting for MVP today, he'd get it.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I'm saying,
listen. Let me tell you why the Warriors still scare me. Because Klay Thompson still hasn't played a game yet. We don't know what he's coming back to do.
And I understand. I'm not really like, I hear that Klay Thompson, but to me, I'm looking at him more as a defensive liability because, like I said, I refuse to believe that somebody coming off a bum knee and a bum ankle like is going to come back and lock up. Yes, he can shoot. Yes, I'm scared of his shooting ability. But like I said, I feel like on defense, like I don't see him staying in front of especially a lot of younger girls. Like if you put him and Ja Morant on a 1v1, like he's not like Ja gonna bounce around that dude. So it's just like I don't see it, but I mean I don't know, but I get it.
I got one name for you. Came off of ACL. I think he won the Defensive Player of the Year. First team All Defense. Tony Allen. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, but Klay
is
that's his only Jones. That's Tony Allen's only
job. The Warriors play really good team defense.
Yeah, for 100%.
Hate to admit it, but and you throw Klay back into the mix with the Warriors are a scary team right now, man. What's they
I don't know. You can't hide in the playoffs. You can't hide Steph and Klay at the same time. I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, I mean, we have trouble hiding CP3. So, but I don't think you can hide.
Chris Paul
Steph.
Reaches a lot, so he hides himself.
Chris Paul had 7 steals the other night. Get it right. He's leading the league in steals. Actually,
wrist always hurting because he stay reaching.
He's leading the league in steals. But anyways, from the outside point in, so you just saying we just pretty much just an underdog and just the disrespect. We just ain't never gonna earn your respect. Is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying y'all won 11 games in a row, and are y'all not even #1 in the West, right?
No, we're #2 because the Warriors.
I'm saying
by one game.
Look,
if the Warriors lose a game, then we #1 in the league.
So they have exactly. Y'all have won 11 games in a row, and y'all still aren't #1. Not even on being a hater. It's like bro, that's still the team to beat. They can lose a game any other night and still be at the top.
Who?
The Warriors.
No, if they lose a game, then we're on the top. So we're right there. But like I said, even when we get right there, like we was there last year and we still got disrespected. We still didn't get like, hey, like we're scared of those guys. So I mean, I'd rather have it that way because then I feel like it's less pressure on us, or it's like people like y'all come in and y'all try to play down to your competition or whatever, and y'all don't know how high, huh?
The Warriors have only lost 2 games.
Okay, but like I'm saying earlier, they haven't played anybody. They would have to
lose 2 in a row. The same
they
thing
have
goes
not
for
played anybody.
The same thing goes for y'all. Y'all
yes,
just
I understand that. I'm not disputing that.
After Christmas and after when January hit, let's see where both of y'all at in relation to us too. that's who's fight. Y'all at the top of the Pacific Division. That's the best division in
Yeah,
basketball.
we got a little bit craziness coming up. We play New York and then Brooklyn on a back to back. That's the one I'm like, okay, like we might actually lose, but I think we play like I want to say the Spurs on Saturday or on Sunday or tomorrow. Who do y'all play tomorrow?
I just checked the calendar.
But yeah, we play either the Spurs or we play somebody that's a relatively decent team. But like I said, we haven't played anybody. They haven't played anybody. But I feel like just because y'all played, oh yeah, with Cade Cunningham, and they've been giving the teams a lot of run for their money lately. So we're gonna see. I mean,
look, we don't beat Detroit. Frank Vogel can't come on the bus. That's simple as that. Like on the team bus, we don't beat Detroit.
Yeah, I think that y'all one bad team lost away from this whole shit blowing up, especially with LeBron back. Because when LeBron back, it's gonna be no excuse except for Frank, or like there's gonna be no more scapegoat except for Frank. So I feel like once y'all lose to the Wolves or like Sacramento or the Spurs or the Cavs or some shit like that one more time, then it's like, all right, it's time. What are we really doing?
I tell you, like I said at the top of the show, he is one bad loss from not making it back on the team bus.
All right, but before we get on out of here, man, let's talk about your little Eagles for a little bit, man. Let's talk about how they in the NFC lease and they could potentially get in there. I don't know how they doing. I seen that they gave Dallas Goedert another contract, so
and they just paid Avonte Maddox too. He on the rise, a slot cornerback. Like, I'm glad they gave him his money. If you look at it,
y'all need to give Quez Watkins the ball more because that boy's a baller for real. But
catch the goddamn ball. That nigga been dropping passes.
No, Jalen Hurts can't throw. He been getting better. He been progressively getting better.
He's a deep threat. If it's like 2nd and 20, it's going to Quez Watkins because he can outrun anybody else. But as for the Eagles, at the beginning of the season, I'm in like a lot of fan groups and stuff for the Eagles because I'm like I don't know too many people that like the Eagles, so I got to branch out. And at the beginning of the season, everybody's like, we don't want Jalen Hurts here anymore. And ever since these last few weeks, even in the losses, I don't even hear no smirk about Jalen Hurts. Actually, they was comparing his numbers to Young McNabb the other day. His passion rating hold up, and I like Jalen too because Jalen don't even throw a lot of picks like that.
Right.
He'll chuck it down and run it. But
I don't know. Like I said, I seen him really bad, and I seen like the potential too. Because like I want to say earlier in the season, I was just like, this boy can't throw. Like this boy was missing people, overthrowing, underthrowing. Just like what the hell is he doing? But like I said, to me, it's game by game. It's like, okay, this game he looked better than he did the last game, and then I guess this is like his second season in a year or like this. Yeah,
this is his first complete season as a starting quarterback.
I mean, Kyler Murray kind of went through the same thing a little bit, and then look where they at now. So maybe I'll give a black man a chance, but yeah. So I mean, it is what it is with it. But I mean, that's it right now. We might come back tomorrow with another post game reaction or something. Maybe a little quick something if y'all lose to Detroit or something tomorrow. Hopefully not. So you can get that stuff off your chest. But outside of that, we out of here, man. Peace.
All right, peace. Let's stay.